Hello, YouTubers. The new Time Travel Hyman 88. I'm back with another Doctor Who DVD review. And yes, we're still celebrating Doctor Who's 50th anniversary. So tonight, I am doing the best of Doctor Who stories. And this time, we'll be focusing on the 10th Doctor, David Tennant. By selecting 23 stories from his era. And this video will be split into two parts. So, without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's get started. Okay, the first selection is his first story. Yes, the Christmas Evasion. And what I tell you, folks, the Christmas Evasion is a very introduction to the first appearances of David Tennant. And also the Stroganoffs. Yes, very good Christmas special. And I really enjoyed it too. Alright, the next David Tennant story that I selected is School Reunion. School Reunion. This is a very good episode and marks the return of Sarah Jane Smith as, yes, Elizabeth Sladen, Sarah Jane Smith. And Anthony Stewart Head plays the school principal who transforms into the evil bat. And then K9 sacrifice and blow up. However, the Doctor rebuild K9 Mark IV. Next story that I pick is Tooth and Claw. Boy, that cover looks very scary. But this is a very awesome story and it's very underrated too. It invites them to a torch ward instead. But unfortunately, they've been banished and never be coming back again. Whoa. Moving on to the next story is one of the favorite. Age, the Rise of the Cybermen and the Age of Steel. The Rise of the Cybermen, a very strong story, in my opinion, and marks the first redesign of the Cybermen. Wow. This story reintroduced the Cybermen. Also, the Age of Steel, awesome episode, and I guarantee this. If you haven't seen this episode, this is the story, both stories, I would highly recommend it. Moving on to the next one. Army of Ghosts and Doomsday. Army of Ghosts is a very perfect story. And that's when all people think they're seeing ghosts. But unfortunately, it turned out to be the Cybermen. Doomsday, very good stories, an emotional story. And it's sad to see Billy Piper leaving in the program. Yeah. So, and also they defeated the Cybermen and the Dalek. Moving on to the next adventure, The Runaway Bride. Yes, Runaway Bride is a very good and funny episode too, and I really enjoyed it. The first appearances of Catherine Tate at the battle with this evil spider-like creature. And she did a wonderful job playing Donna Noble, Catherine Tate. Moving on to Smith and Jones. This is a very good story. Introduced Freema Igerman as Martha Jones. And the Jondos go like this. Gojo Wojo, Go Go Mojo, Go Go Mojo. Yes. Awesome. Moving on to the Lazarus Experiment. Yes, another good David Tennant story. And that's informed that Martha's mom, that the doctor is a dangerous man. And she slapped the doctor. Ouch. Anyway, very good episode. Great Lock. This is a very underrated story, and I love it. And this one, Doctor and Martha goes into like a new Earth, and they fly around like a space car and play I forgot what song it was, but I love this episode, and I enjoyed it. 42. 42 is a very underrated story, and yeah, and also one of my favorite scenes where the Doctor helps Martha to get some kind of eye thing out of him. Very good story too. Now, the sound of the drums and the last of the Time Lord. Good 2-part story. And reintroduced the Master, who has not been since the classic series, since 1989, last story, Survival. And this time, Derek Jacobi plays the older Master, and John Sims plays the Master. The Last of the Time Wars, a very good conclusion of the third series, and sadly to see Martha Jones depart. The Voyage of the Dam, Voyage of the Dam is a good Christmas special, and introduced like a gold steel angels too, and they fly aboard on the spaceship Titanic. And her character, Kyle Monologue, fall into the burning pit of fire. Awesome story. Partners in Crimes. Yes, this is a very funny episode, and I really enjoyed this. And this one, Runaway Bride partner, Donna Noble, and some kind of a new weight loss a pill that can lose weight, but unfortunately it started to come like a ship called with the little creatures, the Opposed. And watch for Billy Piper's cameo appearances at the end of the story. The Satorian Stratagem and the Poisonous Guy. This is a very awesome story, and I really love this episode. And it marks the return of the Centaurian. And which lucky that the teenage boy from high school is trying to join with the Commander Strack. The Poisonous Guy, awesome episode, and reunites Martha Jones too, and creates a clone for everyone else. The Doctor's Daughter, wonderful story, and I love this episode too. Moving on to Silence of the in the Library and the Forest of the Dead. The first appearances of River Song. Spoilers. That's what she says. Silence in the Library, awesome episode. The Forest of the Dead is very underrated. Yeah. And I love this episode. Stolen Earth. A good first part, and then they think the Doctor is dead. But Donald Noble is caught in a time loop or turn left, and that's kind of a bug attached to it. Stolen Earth was an awesome episode. And for Journey's End, a very conclusion of Series 4, and sadly to see Donna Noble last appearances. She used her mind to erase all her visits from the doctor. Alright, that's it for the first half of this episode. I'll be back later for part 2 of the best of Doctor Who stories, David Tennant. Till then, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.